carrying a piece of magic.
I do a knowledge alchemy check on it.
I stab him.
Is it magical or non-magical chemistry?
It's magical chemistry, all right.
Alchemy.
Sorry, Leslie pulled this out?
Yes, he
Yeah.
did.
No, why?
Maybe-
So,
Maybe I should
is
have
this-
hit it a little bit.
Anna's gonna grip her knife.
Thrindil says, well, I am quite surprised. Full of talents, aren't we?
Ah, yes.
could we establish one thing? I've got craft alchemy, but I would really like it if everything I did alchemetically was more like chemistry, where there's no magic, it's all science. As long as that's cool.
Right, like,
Hey, we
mixing
let
the-
Hale get
there's
away
the-
with that, and
That's
he
what I-
that was an actual alchemist.
That's
No,
kind
that's
of what I
fine.
thought I was doing, but I don't care. I'll
Well,
be a magical alchemist.
But it is. It
No.
does. Now, yes, it is actually magical, but it could be created by non-magical means, sort of.
Well, that's what I
True.
do.
Well, yeah, but it's still magic. So
Ah, well, fuck him.
Oh.
So anyway, he
Around.
dumps. He looks around at everyone's shocked faces in surprise. What? Just a few ingredients. Just
You
'cause
do
my
know
pig-headed
that,
culture turns its back on it.
you do know that such things are illegal in this country.
Illegal.
Illegal.
Well, then I ask you all not to say anything. And he pours it down Gamry's throat.
The Thrindil holds his hand up and says, "There, I won't breathe a word."
I know I could always trust an elf.
Thrindil smiles. Elves would never tell a lie.
Sense motive? Damn it.
As soon as
I'm
Anna
not
sees this, she starts to walk away from the group. I'm going home. She puts her hands up. I'm going home. I didn't see anything.
Cassandra's gonna chase after her.
He had a potion.
So,
Gorgon approaches Cassandra and says, unfortunately, it was a magical potion, not regular chemistry at all.
I made it through chemistry.
Anna eyes the hobgoblin.
She says, Gorgon turns to her and says, hello, my name is Gorgon. I am a chemist and an engineer from Brin.
Anna, I'm a cleaner from here. And she daintily takes the hobgoblin's hand.
He shakes it clumsily.
Now that that's out of the way, I didn't see anything. I'm going home. Cassandra, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, I'll see you at the factory. But please, I urge you to stay with me.
They have magic.
I know, well, let's go deal with that then. Don't just leave.
Because I don't have a bluff score or a perception check. No, I won't do it. Never mind.
Okay.
So Gorgon returns to the group and
So,
talks to the wakened warrior.
Yeah, Gamry perks up. Who the hell are all of you?
I'm
Cameron,
Gorgon.
you know
I am
me.
a hobgoblin chemist and engineer. I am from Brin.
Yeah,
Gamry has never
Gamry, you
seen
would
a hobgoblin.
recognize. You would, of course, know Yan. You would know, or Yang rather.
Good girl.
You might recognize Anna, and probably know Cassandra vaguely.
Huh?
The rest are, complete strangers.
I have questions for you, sir. He pulls out his journal.
Gamry sits up. Have they finally decided to conduct a proper trial?
I don't think so, judging by your wound. I think they consider that matter closed. Now, you are the one who was seen leaving the house of the murder. Let me see your feet.
Gamry shows his feet,
As he lifts the foot sole towards Les, he grabs it, a hold of it, and like bends down and leans it up towards his face and gives it a good look up and down. Nope, it's too big. You couldn't have been the murderer.
That's what I've been telling everyone.
Gary's not a
Simply
murderer.
running an errand for the family.
I see.
What was the timeline of the events? You went in and talked to them. They were not bound. Or you went in and talked.
It was that morning that I would have departed and came back in the afternoon, right?
So you went in. The house was fine. No one was bound. Something was stolen. Oxen. And you left, and you came back, and there was a murder.
And just to clarify for Gamry, when you entered, the marshal was there. The Cliftons were not bound anymore. They had just been cut free. And he explained to you the situation and sent you on your task.
All right, so
Okay.
they had just been
See.
cut free. They were not injured. The marshal was there.
Yeah.
Is the marshal Henry?
No, Marshall he's basically like a tax collector for the region.
Can you
He
describe
doesn't really
Marshall?
hold Marshall Byron Graves. He's an older man, gray hair, of course.
How tall?
How tall? He's fairly tall. He's quite tall.
All signs are leaning towards this Henry fellow who wanted to pay off the air quotes witness. Have you had any run-ins with this Henry, Sir Gamry?
Just before he sicked his dogs on me.
And what would you find anything interesting about his behavior, anything he said or did? Was he trying to bring you into custody?
He
Absolutely. They wanted to execute me.
Execute
They wanted
you.
a corpse in custody.
They wanted to bring you
Do
back
I know
dead.
much? Do I know much about Henry? Being like a local here.
Henry, you do know of him, yeah. You know that although he's sort of a brash individual, he is, of moderate repute. Like, people generally trust him. Although he can be, like I said, kind of brash when it comes to getting things done. He's more likely to bring someone in dead than alive.
So it's not particularly out of character for him to want to bring back a corpse?
Not necessarily.
And the witness places you as entering the house when? This morning or a different time? I don't get it.
It would have
Ignore
been
that.
this morning, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Well, at this point, Wash doesn't share his theory about something being stolen from the house as of yet. But Cassandra knows,
With Gorgon,
and so does,
just moments
and Gorgon
ago.
knows. Yeah, those two know, but he doesn't bother repeating it right now. And he says, at this point, if it walks like a duck and it sounds like a duck, it's probably a duck. So the person who's looking to pay off the woman who was trying to silence the witness, it looks like that person is our guilty party. So now we have to figure out how we capture them. Anyone have any thoughts?
Is that what says, capture him? We could do that, I suppose. We don't have any hard... Oh, go ahead.
Or he was just going to say, let's just go and follow the plan we were going to.
Yes,
Tell
when I
him we're
say
there to pick up the money.
when I say capture him, I do mean we have to have him pay for the job. In essence, an admission of his guilt.
Gorgon says, so we're just going to walk up to Annette and ask him for the payment?
Yes,
Are we going to
one of
confront
you-
him directly?
I think that they intend to send the girl to do it while we watch on. Gorgon.
It would have to be something like that. I don't believe we can be direct.
Gorgon says, perhaps give me a moment to look over his place. If there's any chance that I might be able to case the joint.
Be right back.
I will say one thing. I know
Yep.
my potions make you a little uncomfortable, but through some cleverly blended extracts of things I've found, pure chemistry, I assure you, I have mastered a
Gorgon
way.
snorts.
I have mastered a way to change one's appearance. A disguised self. you
How
might say.
interesting, says Thrindil. We'll try to overlook your blasphemous ways.
Gorgon smirks because
Smiling.
he knows. Gorgon knows Thrindil's a wizard, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
The wash smiles.
Thrindil will do
and
another
bows.
bluff. I don't know. I just have to check what my bluff skill is. I don't have it.
Wash just smiles and bows at Thrindil because he sees him as being good-natured.
You should be careful if you do not want to get into trouble. I see the same gods who attacked Sir Gamry checked my stuff for magical things. I'm sure if they found whatever your kit you have, I'm sure they would arrest you too.
They stopped and searched you.
So,
Yes.
so Anna, you
Wash looks
can
nervous.
tell that Thrindil is he's trying to sort of be humorous to himself.
When he says we won't report your blasphemous ways or whatever.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, Anna sort of looks over to the elf and begins to sort of like upraise him. She's kind of
The
worried
elf.
about Wash, but
The elf looks back and sort of waggles his eyebrows a little. Tell me, half-human, what brings you to this strange country? He says as he looks to Yang.
He says, hesitating a little bit, he says,
What is he half?
Half human, half elf.
Oh,
It's
He's
a
half
racist comment from elves.
I like it.
half human.
I was looking for a sword that belongs to my people that was stolen, and I heard that it might be located somewhere in this town. No,
This backwater, really?
seems like a nice looking, quaint little town away from big eyes. So if you were to, say, hide a very valuable thing, it could be discreet.
That is entirely possible.
You know, on the topic of hiding a very valuable thing, I will mention that I saw something very curious at the scene of the crime. A pile of ash outside of the fireplace and an impression inside at about 6 by 6 inches, almost as if something was hidden there, unearthed, and brought out. Can anybody surmise what that might have been?
I have not the faintest idea.
Gamry shakes his head.
I believe that if we find an object that fits that description, that will tie us to the murder, though we may not be able to prove the connection with the murdered family, as I imagine it is a secret item. Now, on a somewhat disconnected topic, does anyone know how to hide objects?
What do you mean?
You know, you mentioned you were what, an inventor and chemist?
That's correct.
And if I was to commission you something to hide this, and he opens his pouch a little bit, and you can see some vials.
Gorgon says, just buy a pocketed scarf.
Pocketed scarf.
Gorgon points at his scarf.
Or a long coat. Or just don't whip it out in front of strangers.
I never really looked at it as magic until
Yeah,
now.
Gorgon says, I know it's difficult to adjusting to foreign lands, Mr. Bishop.
Yes.
I know it's difficult to adjust to foreign lands, like how I had to learn not that humanoid culture doesn't pee in front of each other.
Right, we typically turn our
Yes,
backs.
it was a long time for him to get over that one.
It just feels unnatural.